Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Heal, Lift, Rise. My name is Karla. Thank you all so very much for joining me here. Truly appreciate every single one of you, all of your love, support, and kindness to my channel. Of course, if you are new here, welcome to the Heal, Lift, Rise community. I hope you're going to become a part of our wonderful, wonderful tribe where we talk about all things healing, lifting a vibration, and rising to become the best version of ourselves. I am on this journey with you, my friends, and I'm so excited and honored that you are part of mine and honored I am a part of yours. Thank you so very much. Today, I wanted to share some really inspirational messages that have come through for me and how certain things have kind of just tied in together. And I'll explain it to you in a second when I dive into this, but I just kind of want to touch on this for a second. You know, it's so funny how things work out. It's so funny how things happen and we sometimes get in our head and think that everything has to go a certain way or it's not going to be good, or, we always try to label things. And the funny thing is, when we really get out of our own way, get out of our head, and just kind of let the universe work its magic and just go with the flow, we can really have some amazing experiences. And I'm going to share why that is so. Because I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason, and that, certain people come into our life, that we, have either a great bond, great connection with, or, of that matter, because there's a bigger purpose in all of that, to teach us something, to teach them something, to realize, hey, this person, this individual might be a soul tribe member. There's so many different things, but the bigger reason being that this was, that was meant to happen. So, and I'm going to share with you why you can be rest assured within your soul, within yourself, that everything truly does happen for a reason. Even if we think something is bad, or something is going wrong, or something is off, and we think that it's going to ruin our day, or we think that, it has to have a label, like this is terrible and this is good and this is that and this is that, whatever it is, doesn't matter. There is so much synchronicity in all of it. And I want to share with you a beautiful experience I've had recently, and then talk about what I really, really wanted to touch on today. I wanted to share with you. So recently, almost a couple weeks ago, I was going in for a appointment with this lady, and she's kind of helping me along with scheduling my appointments, because I have to do some extra appointments, extra care for my pregnancy. And so I have to talk to this lady. I have to go in, I have to meet with her. And my husband had told me he was going to be home to come with me. And he told me when he had something going on in the morning at work, and that it was from this time to this time, 5 to 7, he told me he would be home. Okay. So when the time came around when he wasn't home, and I started to freak out a little bit, I started to really get upset and was like, oh my gosh, I need to be at this appointment. It's going to take me probably 35 minutes to get to this appointment. He needs to be here now, now. And he wasn't. So of course I was upset, and I sent him a message and was like, look, if you're not going to be here by this time, don't bother coming down. Just stay at work, go do your meetings, whatever you got to do, because I got to leave by 8 o'clock. I got to leave so I can make it on time, because I had no idea what traffic was going to be like. I don't ever head towards this area, so I really wanted to get a head start, be on time. Well, you know how things work, you know how miscommunication happens, and it always does in all of our relationships. So of course, naturally, my husband calls me, we're on the phone and we're talking about all this, and there's just like this big miscommunication. And of course we're, in like this argument about the miscommunication about what I was told and what he thought he said, and vice versa. Doesn't matter. We're in this big argument about it. But then we get off the phone, I get off the phone, I'm going to my appointment. I get to my appointment and I'm talking to the lady, letting her know, like, 'cause she was like, oh, I thought your husband was going to be with you. And I was like, no, he's not going to make it on time. It's okay. It's whatever, so let's do this appointment. So we get into this appointment. We're talking about some things, going over some stuff that she wants to clear up. I signed some things, whatever, but we had a really deep connection. And she started to just open up and share things with me. And it really connected, resonated with me. And then I was sharing things with her. We're talking about meditation. We're talking about, just so many different things. But I'm telling you, I would have never been able to have this conversation if my husband were right next to me. Because being in her position, being, doing what she does, she, of course, has to be very professional, and she would not get out of that professionalism or feel very open if my husband was sitting right next to me. She would be very, adamant about finishing the appointment, doing everything, saying everything she needs to say, and get us out of there. But because I was very open about things, very honest, vulnerable, and authentic, she felt energetically that it was a safe space, which it was, to open up about things and talk about things. And she even said at the end, I've never, ever, ever talked about any personal stuff like this with any, of my clients, patients, whatever. And not even the ones that are really, really nice. She's like, I don't know why, but I just felt so open to talk to you and share these things with you. And, and she kind of just thanked me and was gave me a big hug. And I realized in that moment that the universe, once again, so amazing how things line up and things happen. And we might think, and initially I did with the start of the day and the argument with my husband. I thought that, oh my gosh, don't want this to be the start of my day. I need to get to this appointment. So with or without you, I'm going, whether you're there or not. And it's so funny how things work out, because it's in my soul, I knew I had to be there. I had to be there on time. I wanted to get there earlier just to make sure I was, on time and could be seen early. And it's amazing, because again, I would never have ever had this conversation with this lady if my husband was there. We would have never connected in this way. It wouldn't have happened. And there was no need for me to go back and see her. There's no need for me to have any more future appointments where I'm seeing her face to face. So it's very, very, very amazing how the universe works, how things work out and then don't work out, to allow other things to work out and other things to unfold. This lady is an incredible human being. And, just very, very insightful, on that same page of where I'm at on my journey. And we just really clicked. And I was so thankful and grateful to have met somebody like her, because it's very rare, few and far between, to meet women, people like her, where I'm at and kind of in my reality. So that was such a blessing. And I think we both thought that way. And we definitely were we're going to keep in touch. We are going to hang out once, we get all this stuff done and do what we need to do, whatever. But we just really clicked, and I was so thankful. I ended up being even more thankful and grateful for the argument I had with my husband, because I told him I would have never met her on the level that I did and connected with her like I did had you had been there with me, right next to me. So I'm really glad that you weren't in on this appointment with me. I'm really glad that things had to work out the way they did and they happened the way they did, because I'm just really thankful to have met such an amazing human being. So, very funny. Sorry, long story short, I wanted to share that with you. But all in all, what this is leading into, what I'm talking about, is that everything happens according to divine plan. And we do meet people in such funny ways. People come into our lives. They teach us things, we teach them things. And along this journey of the awakening, where we end up losing so much of our old self, and that includes old patterns, old belief systems, and then even people that we had resonated with that were on that frequency. We lose so much of that. And then so oftentimes it can feel lonely. It can seem like this journey's lonely because we are growing and expanding at such a, exponential rate that so much is leaving our reality. But the truth is, everything is clearing out. So then the right people can come in. The right people can enter our lives at the right time. And a lot of it comes down to this radical honesty of how we want to be, how we are choosing to be, and step into our authenticity. And when we decide who it is like we are, and we acknowledge our soul, we get in touch with our soul, we are in tune with ourselves, and we are very honest with what we want in our life, with our journey, with our path, everything starts to open up for us, and we get aligned with those same people and that same frequency of people who are on that same level. And even at that same point of their journey, they could be at that same point of the journey as you, but you start getting aligned with that same energy. Once you become aligned within yourself, within your authenticity, knowing who you are, being in your power, and knowing your divinity, and not settling for stuff and things and people of the past that don't serve you anymore. It is okay to let go of people, and we need to continuously and try to normalize that, because not everybody is meant for your entire journey of life. Not everybody is going to hold your hand and be with you, and you're not always going to hold everybody else's hand. As you continue to grow and you choose to grow and doing the work and, just aligning with your passion, your truth, you're going to realize that a lot of people are just going to fall off, or people just aren't going to resonate anymore for you. And that is okay. I promise you that is okay, because what is happening is you are aligning with yourself, which means the universe is going to align that same frequency of people along with you. And I truly believe that these people that come in at that point of your journey are people that are going to remain a part of your journey for a long time. Because once we are in our authenticity and in our truth, and we are embodying that, those same people that are embodying their truth, their authenticity, it's like the same frequency, the same vibe, and it only is going up from there. So I do want to just encourage you guys to trust the process, trust the flow, understand that even when it seems like so much is fading from your life, doors are opening, opportunities are opening up. People are going to make their way into your life in the most craziest way, like my story, that I would have never expected, never thought I would meet someone so amazing in the way that I did. So everything truly happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that. And the more that you align with your truth, the more that you will bring in that same frequency of people that are on that same wavelength. And another thing I wanted to touch on lastly is that in this reality, in your experience, in your reality, you might be feeling very, I don't want to say stuck, but you might be feeling like you just want to break free. You want to get out of the same old, like whatever you've been doing or whatever's been going on, the same reality, it just doesn't work for you anymore. And it can be very frustrating and, you know, I don't want to say maybe triggering, but it can trigger you to, in a sense, because it really digs at you, at the core of you, and makes you have to get honest with yourself of figuring out what it is that you truly want in life. And I had this amazing conversation with my mom the other day, and I told her I wanted to record her because her words were just hitting to my soul. But she said something along the lines of this: sometimes you experience a certain part of your reality and you have to experience it, sometimes maybe even over and over again, but you experience it to realize what it is that you really don't want. And in order for you to figure out what it is that you do want. And then when you figure out, okay, I definitely don't want this, like this cannot be a part of my reality anymore, it makes you look at honestly yourself and realize what it is you do want, and you will go after with much more energy, much more passion and desire what it is that you do want, and that will be your focus. So I share that with you because even if it seems like you don't like your reality and that everything that's playing out just isn't in line with who you are anymore, and you're kind of like maybe waiting in the wings, so to speak, and you're just wondering, okay, universe, like what's next? It's not so much about waiting for the universe to do something for you. It's you making a decision to do something for yourself and make some kind of change in your life that you want, that you know is for the best, for your soul, for your growth, for you. And the universe is going to back that up for you. The universe is going to support you and help you along that, with that choice. So understand that sometimes it's not that we don't get what we want, but sometimes we're placed in situations, places, and, being in certain relationships or whatever, to realize what it is that we really don't want. Like we have to be able to get real and honest and say, this doesn't serve me anymore. This no longer aligns with the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming. This is no longer a part of my journey. It can't be. And then you make decisions accordingly to adjust to what it is that you want, because the universe is giving you what you are settling for. Whatever it is that you're okaying and whatever it is that you're allowing, whatever it is you're agreeing to, the universe is giving you more of. And that's the key with manifestation, is like we're constantly creating our lives, and the universe is just giving you back what it is that you're holding true as far as your beliefs, your values, and what you feel you deserve, your worthiness. But if you start changing the script, you start getting really honest about what it is that you want, aligning in truth, stepping into authenticity, and going after focusing on what you want, I'm telling you, that is where your best life is created. It's created within your truth. It's created within authenticity, and it's created within following your higher self, your higher soul's path. Because only you know what that is, and you know that feeling, you know it deep down, and you have to trust it and, acknowledge that and be open to that. So I hope in some way this video helped you. I hope it uplifted you, inspired you. Of course, if it did, please do share the love, share it with somebody that you feel like could really use that. But until next time, you guys, I love you all. Bye.